Hey, so I took my first estrogen shot recently. I don't know why I said shot. I think that's how Americans say it. I'm not American. My first estrogen injection recently, which is really super exciting. And I really wanted to talk about that because it was also kind of, I mean, it's not easy. When I was going into taking it, of course, you're like super, super excited and you can't wait to do it. It feels like as if your life is at long last beginning after so, so long. It's finally beginning and you're like super excited. You want it to start right away, even though you know it's going to take a while for things to start and kick in and get into it. It's really nerve wracking because, of course, most of you probably aren't medical professionals. I'm not a medical professional. And so you're like, ugh, I'm sort of stabbing myself with a needle for the first time ever. That's scary. um, which, of course, that's scary because, I mean, even if you've you know, self-harmed. I don't know the other scary stuff. I guess this is just feels entirely different. I don't know. It's kind of hard to describe. Like, there's a lot of things to worry about. Like, I remember I worried about like, how hard do I need to push it in because what if I could just go into it slowly and then slowly push in, but then what if that's enough? I need to push harder and then it's just kind of hurting for longer. Or what if I push it in and I accidentally wiggle it around and tears me up inside or something? Or what if I just do it wrong and I hurt myself? There's a lot of things to worry about because, like I said, you probably haven't injected anyone before, and it's your first time ever doing it, and it's on yourself, which is super scary, understandably. I remember when I was doing it, I kind of wanted to do it sooner. I had just freshly pretty much came out to my mum, which it's really funny, kind of, because the way that happened was through the last video I uploaded. My dad found it, which of course in my first trans video I mentioned something about if my dad saw it, and well he did. Which, to be honest, it was kind of. I think it was kind of a good way of coming out. I mean, I think no matter what, it would be like something that's surprising. I mean, it's. I don't know what it's like to be came out to like that, especially as a parent as well. So, I think no matter what, it's going to be surprising. But I think just kind of having your who you thought was your son's YouTube video show up on your feed. It's like, hey, I'm trans. Yeah, I think it was a bit surprising. But as you probably saw in the comments, he was super supportive and really nice, which I'm really happy for. And I never thought they would be any different. But, it's just still something that's really hard to bring up and really nervous. No matter how supportive you know someone is going to be, it's still such a huge and personal thing. So in a way, I'm kind of glad he found out through that YouTube video because I mean, apparently I articulated myself very well. I still stand by it. It was very impromptu, and oh my god, my cursor's in the middle of the screen. Still a really impromptu thing and really just off the hook, I guess. But apparently, like my friends, my family have come to me saying, how well they think I did, which I'm really appreciative of, and I think it's so sweet. I don't know, it's really nice to see that. It's nice to just be able to kind of riff and people go like, hell yeah, that's cool. But I hope it helps people out too. Oh, I've really yapped my way off course. I cannot remember what I was talking about. I have notes, but I tried to record a couple of videos a couple of days ago, and it just went so not well. And I don't know if it was because I was like staring at my notes or if I was just thinking about it too much, but I just couldn't quite riff as well as I am now. But yeah, my family found the YouTube videos as my dad found it first, and then he kind of showed my family. And it was funny because he didn't. I just want to say, I think he did the right thing here. It was good. It was funny. He didn't message me. He left a YouTube comment, and that was kind of the first point of contact. And I was at work actually, and I was looking at my YouTube videos. I was going, oh, I wonder how they're doing today. And I looked at the comments, and I just see, hey, I'm Blifvid's dad, etc., etc. And I was like, oh, uh. Because I was just like at work having my lunch, and I was like, "Oh, there it is. That's scary." Even though it was a nice message, I was kind of like freaking out inside, like, "Ugh." And then I had to like go back to work and like do my job, which was like, that was on my mind. But I hadn't pinned the comment and stuff, so you knew I saw it. But yeah, anyway, I had like freshly talked to my mum about it because I think it had been a day or two until I actually kind of spoke to him because I was like, "Eek." And then I kind of spoke to my mum after I spoke to my dad. Again, she was super supportive, but I really wanted to because the estrogen had arrived just that day, and of course, I really wanted to take it. I was really, really excited, and you know, my mum's a medical professional, so I kind of thought she would have some comments on the fact that it's DIY HRT, you know, being a medical professional, she's probably be like, "Hey, that's something you're injecting into your body that you bought off the internet." Which, you know, I guess she was understandably like, "Let me do some research first." And I was like, "Okay, sure." So I let her kind of do research for like a day or something because I was really excited, and I was like, "Hell no, I'm taking this." And I think I'm gonna go for kind of scaling myself up in dosage, which I've seen people talk about. I think there's like a lot of anecdotal evidence for that being good. So cool, I guess. So yeah, I don't think she'd kind of fully done all of the research that she wanted to on it yet. And I was like, I'm taking it tonight. So she kind of told me to take this like small dose, and I was like, okay, cool. I don't mind taking it safely. So, you know, I was kind of happy to go that route. And I took it super slow. So I kind of got all my stuff out before I was going to inject, just so I was like, okay, it's there. Everything is there ready for me to get and use. Because I've like super ADHD riddled. So I'm just kind of like, you know, I don't know, it's hard to explain. If you have it, you get it. I think as I was kind of like getting everything ready, as I was either watching a video or listening to music or something. I think I was listening to music, maybe. And I mean, it's even just super nervous getting everything ready, even though you kind of look at everything, you watch videos and stuff, and you read stuff, and you think, oh, that'll be easy. I mean, that's the easy bit. But even then, I was kind of shaky and like nervous because it's like it's something you see like done in, like, you know, you go to your GP or your hospital or something and they do it there, but I'm just kind of sat in my bedroom doing it for the first time alone. I mean, like, I could have been with someone if I'd wanted to, but I wanted to do it then. I didn't want to wait. So, you know, I was doing it then. And so it was nerve wracking, even though I was just kind of thinking, well, I mean, realistically, is there really that much that can go wrong? It's still quite, I mean, it's a big thing in lots of ways. So it kind of took me a while to get everything ready. You know, I put on the first needle, I got the liquid from the vial, you know, kind of figured out taking the needle off and put that in my little sharps box. I have a little sharps thing because the website that I was ordering off, it was like a little bit more to get free shipping, and that was like, you know, saving money. So I was like, yeah, sure, whatever. Put the other needle on because I sat there for like 5 minutes making sure, because you have like two different needles, one for getting the fluid from the vial and one for injecting it in you. I spent like 5 minutes making sure that like I was using the right needles because I couldn't remember if I'd bought a slightly different needle to the ones listed on the website. I had bought the exact ones, but I was like, you know, just all this kind of stupid stuff worrying about it. And so I was kind of making sure I was like, okay, this is that needle, this is this one, etc., etc. It was almost kind of like really nerve-wracking once I had the fluid in the needle, I had the right needle on to inject into me, so all I had to do was inject it into me. But that was the hard part. That took about I won't lie to you. It took about 20 to 30 minutes of me building up to it, of me just holding the syringe in my hand, going, okay, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Okay, I'm gonna do it now. Now, you know, like that type of thing. Super nerve wracking because, again, you're stabbing a needle into yourself. That thought never really escapes your mind as you're doing it, even though you think, you know, this is a good thing, this is a huge step, it's going to get me closer to, you know, this awesome goal, and I'm going to be so much happier. You know, even all that, it still took me a while, and I'd like to think I'm usually good nowadays at doing stuff that scares me, but this was kind of a lot different. I think that might have been off center the whole video. Oh well. But yeah, I think nowadays I'm usually pretty good at doing stuff like that, but this was not one of those times. I remember I sat there, I listened to music to try and hype myself up to doing it, or to try to feel more comfortable. There was like 3 songs I was cycling at one point, thinking, okay, these songs will do it. These are comfort songs for me. It was White Noise by Graphic Nature, Chokehold by Graphic Nature, and Sick by Slipknot. I was cycling those 3 songs to try and hype myself up to it. And eventually it worked, but there was a lot of kind of like I haven't been this nervous in a really long time. Like, I was literally just sat there, you know, because you have to like pinch, because I was doing intramuscular injections, which is like into your thigh, and I like the video I watched, he was talking, there was a trans man, and he was talking about like how his doctor taught him this thing where you put your hand on your knee and then your hand behind it, and then the bit like kind of on the side, that's where you do it. I did that about 50 times. Because I'd do that. I'd pinch the bit you went to, because you went to pinch it and then inject it. Pinch it and be like, okay, here I go. And then I'd be kind of be sat there for a few minutes and be like, okay, well, let me make sure it's in the right place. So then I'd do that again. And I did that an embarrassing amount of times. You know, as over time, I'd slowly get closer and closer to putting the needle into me. I'd kind of like get it closer, like, okay, here I go, here I go. And then they'd go like, hee, and then do this. I was just kind of laugh and just be like, oh my God, that was, oh, I almost did it. There was just basically like a lot of me doing that, I guess. I remember when I actually did it because I was worried about it hurting when I've had like injections and stuff before. It's kind of been like, ooh, that kind of hurts, but then it's over in a few seconds. I mean, I guess it's kind of like, I don't know, I've got a few piercings nowadays and I'm not as much nervous for that anymore because I'm just kind of like, you know, you breathe in, it hurts for like 2-3 seconds, then it's over. But with injections, it's always been kind of different because you leave it in there for a couple of seconds, you inject it in, and you know all that stuff. But it was scary because I'm doing it myself as well, of course. You know, I don't have to worry about like if someone else is doing it, I don't have to worry about the hand moving or something. But when I did it, to my knowledge, everything went perfectly fine. I made sure there was no air bubbles in the syringe. That's an important one. That's something my mum told me to watch out for. I'm pretty sure I injected it right. It didn't really hurt, to be honest, when I injected it in. I hate it when people say that. I hate it when people are like, oh yeah, I did this and it didn't even hurt, and then I do it and it hurts. And it's like, oh, well, okay, screw you then. Thanks. But honestly, like, I mean, it's different for everyone. Like, when people say that, they usually don't preface that it is different for everyone. It might hurt for you. I'm prefacing it. It might hurt for you. Like, it's like piercings. Some people will say that, like, the nose is like the most painful one and it really, really hurts. But for me, I know it didn't hurt as much. Maybe it was to do with the fact that it wasn't my first facial piercing. I don't know. It's different for everyone. It depends on what you've been through. It depends on a lot of stuff. But for me, injecting into my thigh, it didn't hurt. Like, I mean, you feel it, but it was just kind of almost satisfying. It's like sticking a straw into a boba tea or something. You know, you have to pierce it. It was just kind of like that. It was almost satisfying. You pushed down on it, kind of left it there for a couple of seconds, took it out. It was fine. It was good. I, you know, put the cover on the needle, twisted it off, put it in my sharps box. It was fine. It was good. And then like immediately, I just had this like glowing smile on my face. Like I was so happy. I was like, oh my God, I did it. I did the thing. I did the thing. I did the trans thing. Ooh, I was super excited, and I was like, I just couldn't stop smiling. It was so nice, and I was so happy I did it. And I'm really excited to do it again because then I'm, you know, even further into having what I want. And I even bought myself an Estra journal, which I'm going to use to journal my changes and stuff I notice through using estrogen and stuff. I am still yet to take any pictures or anything, which I keep meaning to get around to, but I keep not doing. So I should probably do that at some point because I think it'd be really nice to have a picture of myself, you know, when I started. So yeah, I'm excited to start. I still haven't started the Estra journal. Maybe I'll start it after this. Who knows? I like a good journal. I like to put stickers on it. I like to put a little piece of tape on it and then write on what it is. And I thought up all by my very own Estra journal. By the way, it's a very clever combination of the word estrogen and journal. You're not welcome to steal that. That's my idea. If I do see any of you using it, I will be sending a cease and desist. Don't mess with me. I don't know if I'll keep that in or not. Yeah, I was just really happy afterwards. I finally did what I wanted to, and I'm just super happy. But now I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, oh, is this because of the estrogen? Like, I don't know. I'm yet to mention it really. Like, I'm not. I felt like a very small amount of kind of like iffy, like as a symptom, I guess. I'm fairly sure it's just to do with me not sleeping very well. But it's like, you know that feeling you have kind of like inside you if you like stay up all night. I don't know how to describe it other than that. You just kind of feel a bit. I kind of feel like that. I feel like as if it's probably just that I haven't slept. Maybe I need to drink more water. I'm usually good with drinking water. Maybe I just need to do that. I don't know. You get paranoid about these things because then you get scared. You're like, what if that is because of the estrogen? What if then I can't take it and I have to wait even longer to start being who I am? Which I know is stupid because I always kind of see people who, you know, they don't want to go to the hospital or something because they're afraid something will be wrong. And it's like, well, if something is wrong, then go get it fixed. I don't know, now I kind of get it a bit more because then in this case I'm worried about if I can't, you know, do what I really want to do, which is, you know, a really worrying thought. I mean, there's other types of estrogen, yeah, but it just feels like yet another setback in all of time I've already been not taking estrogen for. But if you're about to take estrogen yourself, I don't know, I'm trying to think of some wisdom, some advice. It's probably just going to be some stupid bullshit like, don't worry about it, it's fine. But really, I guess the main things to look out for is squirt just a little bit out of it before you inject into yourself, just to make sure there's no air. Lick the syringe and then do that, just to make sure there's no air bubbles. I know it's really scary. It is, really scary, understandably so. Just make sure that you've watched videos and stuff on how to do it before. Maybe read up on it a little bit. Just make sure that you kind of watch videos and stuff beforehand. So you kind of, I've caught, Jesus Christ, that bird scared the hell out of me. Oh my God. I get scared by the toaster sometimes. Make sure you've watched enough videos and you kind of know what you're doing. And then maybe put on some music or something just to hype yourself up for it. And just go for it. You don't have to press down too hard, as I remember. I guess just try and make it one fluid motion. And honestly, just try think of it as... I really don't know if this is going to make it better or worse, but think of it as you're trying to just like push it through a piece of paper or something. That's kind of what it felt like for me. Like it was satisfying in a way, you kind of get through it and you do it. And then it's done. And then you get to be happy. Because seriously, I felt so just euphoric after it. Yeah, honestly, I just felt so euphoric afterwards. It was awesome. I can't wait for more people to go through that because it really is just the best feeling. And I hope it continues to work out for me. I mean, I say that it was like a couple of days ago I did it. I would have kind of recorded this right after I did it, but I was watching the Game Awards with my friends and, you can't miss the Game Awards even though there was nothing huge there, I guess. It was still nice. I respect the Game Awards. I respect Jeff a lot. He goes up there every year despite going up in front of gamers, of all people. Oh my God, what a hero. Thank you, Jeff. I wish I had more words of wisdom to say, but I guess just kind of stay silly, be yourself, and do whatever you want. And good luck on your Estra journey. Do you like what I did there? You see, it's like a throwback to before when I combined the word estrogen and journal, but now I'm combining the word estrogen and journey. Estra journey. Good luck on your Estra journey. I think we should stop calling it transitions. We should call it Estra journeys. Trans men, I don't know what you'd call it, like a testosterone. I don't know. It doesn't really work out. Yeah, I don't know. Sorry. Anyway, stay silly. Good luck. Be safe. And if you're concerned about something, get checked at the hospital because that's important.
Fucking